Alright guys, time for part 2 of the series of making your own sausage. We killed some hogs yesterday. We're bringing in the meat today. We're going to cut it up, put it in the sausage maker. I'm just making some country breakfast sausage. Check it out. So let me start by telling you what we're doing here. We're going to take the shoulders and make roast. We're going to take the hams and make roast. We're going to take the rest of the carcass and we're going to debone it. We'll take the tenderloins out and use those for breakfast type stuff. We'll take the back straps out and use those for tenderloin. I'm not going to go into total detail about each piece of meat because other people have videos on that. What I'm going to go into detail about is making the sausage, the ingredients of the sausage, what we're doing, how we're cutting it up, and the products that we're using. So that's what this video is about. So as I'm processing this meat, I do have a 5-gallon bucket over here. That's for scraps, for things that are undesirables, glands and stuff like that. We want to get any glands that we see out, because that'll make your meat taste like crap. Also, any part that might have a hair on it or something like that, I'm going to shave it right off, and we're going to put it in the scrap bucket. You're working with your meat like this, it's best to have it really cold. Temperature outside today is about 40 degrees. I've had this stuff on ice all night. It just makes it easier to work with when it's cold. I've got the heat turned off in the house here also. I don't want to speed up the warming process if I can help it. So really quickly here, I'm going to show you what I do to cut up my tenderloin. First of all, I've got a lot of fat here. This fat is going to go into the sausage bucket. I have a stainless steel pot over here, and I'm going to trim off some of the extra fat that I don't want in my meat, in my tenderloin. A little piece has a hair on it. Send it to the hair department, which is the trash. I'm going to skim the top of this because it's got a little bit of hair on there. I'm going to get rid of that stuff. Okay, well, all we want is nice pretty meat. We don't want to fool with any hairs. So I'm going to start out here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the end off. I'll cut that in a few pieces, put it in my sausage pot over here, and then I'm going to cut about 1 inch thick hand cut chops. Now this is a small hog, so the meat that you're getting is there's not a whole lot of like gigantic pork chop meat here, okay? But this is a free hog, so that's what matters the most. Try to cut evenly and smoothly, and we'll get these ready and we'll put them in the vacuum sealed bags. You want a little fat on your chop, but you don't want a whole lot on your chop. That fat makes some good flavor. Now you could take some of this fat and render it and make lard if you wanted to. We're not doing that. Basically, I'm trying to process this as if it were a wild hog. Last piece goes in the sausage pail. This is the sausage pail. I've got a strainer in here to let any water that might be in there drain out, and this will probably hold about, heaped up, probably about 12 pounds of meat. Okay, so here I have a ham. This is a ham from the bigger pig. You can see it's a small ham. It's just perfect for baking in the oven. I'm going to clean it up a little bit, take the fat off the outside here. I'm not going to leave a big layer of fat. We're going to cut this fat up, and we'll use that in our sausage. It looks like we're putting a lot of fat meat into our sausage right now, but later on a lot more lean meat will go into our sausage. So this is a nice Victorinox knife right here. Really happy with it. I like the shape. It's very ergonomic. I recommend that. I think the wife picked that up for me last Christmas. Very good gift. Very awesome gift. It's a Victorinox Swiss made. I'm not sure what the number is, but it's a pretty awesome knife. So right here is the gland we were talking about. Right there. So we'll cut that guy out. And he needs to go in the scrap pile, but there's a bit of a close-up. It's a gland, and you can tell the difference in the tissue. So this guy's ready to go vacuum seal. So one really cool part about processing a pig is while you're processing it, you can throw the frying pan on here and give things a try and see what you think. I'm gonna cook up some of this pork chop loin here. We're gonna see how it tastes. We're gonna cut up some more while we're trying it. We're gonna see what our meat tastes like. It's gonna be pretty cool. All right, so some of your nice back straps like this, you may want to make roast. So we could have tenderloin roast. We could have one here and one here. This piece here, I'm gonna go ahead and cut off, and you can see the marbling of the meat here. That's a nice little piece of meat. We'll cut that up for sausage. And then what I have left is a pretty awesome little roast. I'm going to cut the ends off so it looks nice. I'm going to cut this little rough end off. And we'll use that for sausage. And I'm also going to flip it, and I'm going to cut this end off. And we'll use that piece for sausage too. Now I've got two nice dinner roasts. So you need to think when you're cutting up for your sausage, how big is your sausage grinder? You know, what can it handle? And I'm cutting the sausage into pieces about this size because that's about what my sausage grinder will handle. This is a piece that's got some blood on it, kind of icky. I don't want it in my sausage, so I'm going to get rid of it. Alright, so look at all this meat, and we are not even close to touching the amount of meat that we're going to have off of these hogs. It's awesome. This is an awesome amount of meat right here. Okay, onward and upward. We're working with our shoulder roast now, so we're going to trim away some of the fat on our shoulder roast. It's a little bit leaner than our ham, so basically just going to clean it up good, and we'll put it in the freezer bag. Pretty simple stuff. So this is our sausage cuttings. I'm going to keep them in the freezer as much as I can so they're nice and cool because they grind up nicer like that. Alright, so we're cutting up one of these shoulders to make sausage pieces, okay? Cutting these pieces about that size right there. And this is our thing of sausage meat right here. So far, we've got two fairly large containers of sausage meat. And that's the thing I'm most excited about, is making some good breakfast sausage. So we're going to take this, we're going to weigh it, we're going to put the appropriate amount of sausage seasoning in here, and we're going to dust it with sage and turn it, and then we're going to grind it up and taste it, see how it is, if we need more or less. Okay, so these are our cuttings from our ribs and our back. So far we've got about 24 pounds of sausage, which is perfect because the pack calls for 25. So we'll put just a little bit less than what's in the package of sausage seasoning. I'm going to work all this stuff up here. and get to grinding sausage here in a few minutes. Alright guys, so I lied. There's 28.5 pounds of sausage here that we're going to work on grinding up. First thing we're going to do is we're going to spread it out on the countertop and we're going to mix in our seasoning. Alright, so I'm going to take the sausage cuttings and I'm going to lay them out on the counter here and I'm going to mix in all my mix. What I have here is Old Plantation seasonings. I'll show you. This is my sausage seasoning. It does 25 pounds of meat, as it says here. So that's what I'm using. Putting down some wax paper. Hopefully I don't make too big of a mess. I also taped up along here so it doesn't get back under my counter. First thing I'm going to do is lay down a little bit of seasoning here. Smells great. That's about 3/4 of a bag. Then I'm going to turn out my sausage on here. Alright, there's what 28 pounds of sausage meat looks like, guys. I'm going to dust it again. And this is where your sage comes in. My dad recommended the sage, and this is part of my great-grandpa's recipe here. So we're going to put a little extra sage. He told me it's going to look like you put way too much sage on it. So to me, that looks like way too much sage. Alright. Now, before I start mixing, it's 28 pounds, so I need just a pinch from the next bag here. That should be good. Don't use too much or it's going to be really, really salty. Basically, I just work this in. People might say, Josh, are you going to eat this much sausage? There is nothing more appreciated by a neighbor than bringing up some fresh pork sausage. So, no, I'm not going to eat all this sausage. I'm going to share it. So that's what I'm supposed to do. That's what the world's all about. We've gotten too much into a world of give me money and I do this. Give me money and I do that. It's got people blinded to the fact that money really isn't real. It's just something that the government says you have to have. This stuff right here is as good as gold when it comes to making your neighbors happy and making your tummy happy. We're going to hit it with more sage. Alright, we're to the cool part where I grind some sausage, patty it out, and try it in the pan. See what it tastes like, see what I need to do if I need to tweak my recipe. Alright. Here's what we got. We'll make a little country sausage patty here and give her a try. I'm going to go ahead and make two. My wife's on her way home, so. Smells real good. Woo! Man, you can hear that sausage sizzling. It smells real good. While I'm waiting on the sausage to cook, I'm going to go ahead and start cutting my bags on my food saver. That seals the bag. And I'm gonna do 1 pound bags here. All right. Let's see what we got here. Got our sausage patty. It looks pretty good. All right. First taste. Let's see how she did. Pretty good stuff right there. Only in America, baby. Woo! Alright, now we're gonna grind up the rest of it. Woo! Now that's a good bounty right there. Alright, we're all done now. Here's a finished product. Delicious. Looks good. Tried it. We were gonna have sausage and gravy and eggs for dinner tonight. And this has been a long process. I've got a lot of cleaning up to do. So this is Josh, Stony Ridge Farmer. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned a little something. Hope it was entertaining to you. Subscribe to the channel. We've got more fun stuff to come. Thanks for watching. Woo! Sausage! We'll come on down.